Share Shot Reality. It is our final week here at Squirrel Hill Sports Bar in the summertime before we head back inside the studio, and more expansion for Share Shot Reality will be coming. We'll talk about that next week. But right now, it is Josh Eisenberg, Justin LeBar, and coming off of the second biggest week in WWE's calendar year, Josh. And there's a lot of things that can claim to be top story, so don't necessarily take offense to the order that these segments are this weekend, but let's just talk about what SummerSlam ended with, and that is the controversial MMA-like ending of Brock Lesnar causing a gash so wide in Randy Orton's head, 10 staples to cover it up. Brock Lesnar, your winner by TKO.
I want to knock you out one day with those Brock Lesnar elbows. I mean, I've been lifting a little bit. I know you've been kind of cutting back. You're the skinny Randy Orton now. I feel like I'm more Brock Lesnar.
You're Brock Lesnar.
I mean, you and me, who's more Brock Lesnar, you or me?
No, it's not you.
Yeah,
Neither of us. It's neither of us.
When I saw this match, the ending of the match obviously was a shock, a wow factor. And you and I talked a little bit about MMA-style finish in professional wrestling. I did not like the fact that this ended SummerSlam, because I think whenever you look at SummerSlam, they've been stressing for so many months about the new era, about new blood, yet you're going back to two guys who have been with the company since 2002. People are going to say, how do you come across or overcome Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar and how that finish ended? Like, how do you bounce back into a pro wrestling match? But whenever you have a guy like Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, two legit athletes, two legit stars, and one guy who's getting his first opportunity at main eventing, that should have ended the night, because that puts a spotlight on what WWE is trying to do, saying these are our guys for the next 10, 15 years, not the next 2 or 3 years.
I see the new era argument, and you know what? Going into SummerSlam, I wanted and I thought that Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins would end the show simply on maybe Vince's mindset of we're crowning a new championship, there's a new title. But now, having seen how things went down, having seen how they wanted to end Brock and Randy, you can't let anything follow that. That's just, you can't have a pro wrestling match on the rare time it does get stopped MMA style and then expect anything to follow that. It's just not fine. My thing is, I'm a little iffy that this is 2 SummerSlams in a row, 2 in a row that I've been at, that the Brooklyn crowd kind of felt riotous, leaving with an inconclusive finish. However, I gotta say, now having digested it for a couple days, everybody won out of this. You got a moment that worked the entire WWE locker room. So Briggs out. If you know what's working them, you know what's working everybody else. Everybody's asking, was this really supposed to how the finishes go?
And let's be honest. Did you think for a second this
Vince
is how
McMahon
it's supposed
is
to finish?
not. I did.
You thought to yourself, was it supposed to end like that?
Because Come
on.
No,
you're smarter than that.
No, a
SummerSlam pay-per-view with Brock Lesnar.
Wait. What are you asking me? That was when I walked out. I said, that was a scripted finish.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying
that's
maybe,
how it should have.
Yeah, no. I thought that you were thinking, well, maybe they weren't supposed to do that.
No.
A lot of people were saying.
No. What I'm saying is that everybody kept asking, was that supposed to happen? I said yes.
Of course it was.
Vince will work a lot of his locker room, but very little happens on WWE television that Vince doesn't approve, and that's how it's supposed to go. And what I like about this, I will say, after absorbing it for a couple days, everybody wins. Brock Lesnar is still the beast, and the aura grows, the intimidation grows. We wait to see what's next for him, which we'll get to in a second. Randy Orton, I think, looks like a stud. Who's going to say, Randy Orton looks weak? He just survived that. Then he walks back out on Tuesday on SmackDown, and talks about the injury. So I think it worked out okay. And now it becomes, we know what's happening next for Randy. What's next for Brock Lesnar?
See, if I was WWE, what I would do with Brock Lesnar is, you've had plans changed enormously with the injury to Finn Balor. You have a fatal 4-way on Monday Night Raw in Houston to determine a new champion. If I'm WWE, okay, and this is how I see it, Roman Reigns and Rusev are 2 guys that are going to be feuding potentially for the U.S. title again. I don't think that feud's over because of how SummerSlam ended with them and how Monday Night Raw, they kind of separated that briefly, but that's going to come back. Yeah. I would say Brock Lesnar needs to come back to Raw and destroy everybody and say, are you serious? I need to be the champion. I need to be the guy. And book him for Clash of the Champions in a match, potentially with a couple of other people. You need Brock Lesnar to come pissed off and angry and upset, saying, I did what nobody could do to somebody at SummerSlam. I busted him open. I beat the hell out of a guy who's been a multiple-time world champion and who's been with the WWE for 15 years. You need Brock Lesnar to not be one match, we'll see you in 5 months. Because his best work was whenever he was champion, even though he might not have been there every week.
Well, we're definitely entering the phase now with Lesnar to where we're going to have to start doing more triple threats, fatal 4-ways, having him run gauntlet of opponents.
Finish,
because,
yeah.
well, we're almost virtually out of guys Look, he's beat Cena. He destroyed Cena 2 years ago at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
He's beaten Undertaker.
Yep.
He's beaten Seth Rollins.
He's
beaten Randy Orton. He's beaten Big Show.
There's no reason for him to face Shane McMahon, though. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I mean, there's at this point you can't just expect to put him against one person, and now it has to be do it by volume, destruction by volume. Yeah. We got so much more to talk about. Renell Hunt will be joining us. We're going to talk about the shoot or work that was The Miz and Daniel Bryan. Of course, we'll also make our predictions and book this Monday Night's Raw, where, as Josh mentioned, a Universal Champion, I guess technically the second Universal Champion.
Second Universal Champion. Yeah,
already in 1
absolutely.
week, will be crowned. Don't go anywhere. It's Chairshot Rally to WrestleZone.com.